Welcome to Therapy Studio, my holistic therapy practice. Today I'm going to be talking about dowsing with a pendulum. Dowsing has been around for many thousands of years and can be considered a scientific skill. It is used by geologists and health practitioners on a regular basis. One of the most common uses of dowsing is to find things. Many people believe that you can only get a yes or no answer from dowsing, but it's not true. You can find answers to some of the most complex of life's challenges and questions. It's good to begin with a simple chart, which I'll demonstrate and show you today. However, the more proficient you become, you can create more detailed and elaborate charts to suit your own working style. Just as radios pick up information from unseen radio waves, the pendulum is a more powerful antenna that receives information from the vibrations and energy waves emitted by people, places, thoughts and things. Some people say that the pendulum creates a bridge between the logical and intuitive parts of the mind, or your psychic ability. And some say that the pendulum connects them to a higher power and call it divining, as the information is believed to come from a divine source. And this camera work is a little bit dodgy here, that's a bit better. So I'd really like to talk about dowsing today, and dowsing simply for yes and no answers. Dowsing is something really interesting actually, and I've used it for a long time. All the time that I've been a Reiki therapist or Reiki healer, I've used dowsing to check people's energy centers. And you do that by placing your dowser over the energy centers of a person or yourself, and it gives you an indication of perhaps what's kind of flowing, what's not flowing, and what needs some work or focused healing on that area. But recently I have been using, returned to the dowser for using it in very simple purposes of asking for advice, guidance, or a straight to the point yes or no answer. And I'm going to show you today how to use a dowser for answering questions. So this is a rose quartz dowser. It's quite a big dowser, and I have got other dowsers. I've got quite a few, but unfortunately this is the reason why we keep them in a pouch, keep them safe, is the fact that they are very delicate and they can break. So one of my favourites actually unfortunately broke last week, as you can see. Oops, a bit twisted as well. And this is my favourite. This is a amethyst crystal, and you can see that at the end the tip has snapped off, and that's really sad. So hence the importance of always keeping it in a bag. And I kept it in this is the bag that I take around with me, and it has my aura clearing spray, which is just beautiful. And I'm going to do another tutorial on how to make these from scratch. But because my dowser was kept in here with my other crystals and some oils, it broke. So that's no good. We don't want that. So if you're going to purchase the pendulum itself, then make sure you also purchase something to put it in, which is common sense, isn't it really? So you want to look after them. Okay, so when we're dowsing for questions, and it would be a simple yes or no question, we would use something. You can draw something as simple as something like this. But if I just show you the basics of it, the gist of it, then you can understand how you use this type of grid as a means to ask your questions. So you would have a cross, and basically this is a vertical yes, yes. So that would indicate the pendulum swinging backwards and forwards, or you would have the horizontal, and you would have the horizontal no. no either side, and so that would indicate it's swinging in a horizontal manner. You can also, if you want to double ask something, so if you ask, you get your answer on here, but you want to double check it against itself, you want a more accurate reading, then you can also do a rotation, which is another method of asking the yes or no. And so you would have, so what's this, clockwise for yes and anti-clockwise for no. So if it's spinning in a clockwise direction, you know that that answer is a yes, and anti-clockwise answer is a no. So if you've tried both methods and you've gotten a yes vertically and then you've got a clockwise yes, it's pretty safe to say it's a goer. And you can ask the same question multiple times and you can try and trick it. So that's the basic principle of the diagram, if you like, to use for the dowsing itself. And you just put that flat down. Woo! There we go, secured. So we've got the diagram here, we've got our pendulum, and I'm going to start by asking a simple question like, is my aura spray bottle blue? It is blue. So I'm going to first of all ask this question. Is my aura spray bottle blue? And now you can see the dowser is moving backwards and forwards, indicating yes. Is my aura spray bottle green? And you can see it's giving the reading of no. Okay, this isn't going to be validated unless you see my hand. Which my hand is incredibly still. In fact, it's resting on the table, so I'm not, shaking around. I've got a sturdy arm on the desk. My hand is still. And you can also further kind of secure the dowser by even wrapping it around your fingers. I tend to hold it. Often it's got a hoop. This one's got a little bead, but often it has a hoop, and you can pop the hoop, onto your finger and wrap it round as so, and it just hangs off the edge like so, and you keep your hand incredibly still. Okay, so now I'm going to ask with my elbow on the desk, is the sun shining today? Can you see it? Yes, it is. And as you can see, the sun is shining today and it's a beautiful day. So, okay, we've got an accurate reading there. And then here, again, is it raining? No, it's not raining. So now I want to ask a very important question for myself, which is, am I having a boy? And now I'm 17 weeks pregnant. I haven't had my 22-week scan yet. That's coming up in the next 5 weeks or so, yeah. So I'm going to ask now if I'm going to have a boy or a girl. Now I have already done this and it does say I'm having a boy. So I'll do it again and we'll see. And then when I find out the sex, it'll be interesting to see just how accurate this is. Okay, so vertical for yes, horizontal for no. Am I having a boy? Can you see that? Am I having a girl? Watch how it will just change its direction. Am I having a girl? Can you see how... Am I having a girl? Am I having a girl? No. It's going backwards and forwards. Okay. Am I having... Let's just do it from here. Am I having a boy? Straight away it's a yes. Am I having a girl? See how it wants to slow down and change its direction? Am I having a girl? No. I hope I'm having a boy. It is really interesting actually, because I must have done this now. I must have asked this question 10 times, and every time it says yes for a boy and every time it says no for a girl. So it's just fascinating. So I do think the Dowse, if you're somebody who is in a bit of a crossroads in their life, and not sure what answer or what direction to take, I do think a dowser is really a really interesting way to ask in quiet quiet thought with oneself for an answer. And it's really important when you're dowsing to place your intention on the question and getting an accurate answer. Sorry about the abrupt ending there. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, then please like and subscribe to Therapy Studios. I'm going to be posting up lots more videos on health and holistic topics and tutorials. And also I'd like to post up another video with a bit more in-depth discussion on how to use dowsing, or how to use a pendulum to dowse for the energy centers, the chakras in the body, to see what is flowing and what isn't flowing, and what possibly needs to be realigned, and how to work with those centers and strengthen them. Also, if you're considering buying a pendulum yourself, I would recommend a clear quartz or an amethyst crystal. Many people like to use clear quartz pendulums as this crystal is associated with clarity, and amethyst pendulums are also a good choice due to the crystal's strong spiritual connection. Thank you again for watching. Take care. This is Therapy Studios. Peace, love and light.